Hello and welcome. Roshan Cura here with another video about sketching.
Something I definitely don't need any more of is watercolour paint. But when this set of Schmincke Supergranulating colours came up for sale, in a sale recently, well, I'm a sucker for a bargain, even if it's something I don't need, which stops it being a bargain at all. And I went ahead and I bought this set of 10 tubes. And only one of them was a colour that I already possess, and it's my favourite colour in the whole world, which is deep sea violet, and I just use it for everything. I love it. So in the end I decided to decant 2 sets of paint into little half pans and to do my usual thing, which is to make a mini set of 10 colours. So this one I did recently, and this one is a selection of different colours, but I decided to do these ones and see what happened. So in today's video I'm going to show you how I did that, how I decanted all the little tubes of paint into half pans, and then I'm going to show you what they look like in a little painting that I did, and I'll compare it to a similar composition done with non-supergranulating paints, let's say from a range that I don't have any restrictions on the colours with, and you can see what you think.
Well, you can see this was filmed the day I got the package because I'm wearing a different colour jumper. Well, I've decanted paint into empty half pans before, and I'd forgotten how time consuming it is. It's also kind of messy. So if you are going to do this, it's a very good idea to lay out the little tubes on something that can be moved around and left out of the way while the paint dries, because you can't just squeeze all the paint into the half pans and walk away. You can't do that. You can't fill it to the brim and say, okay, job done, I'll just wait for it to dry. No, you have to do it in stages, like 3 or 4 fills per tube, or sorry, per pan, to give the paint time to dry out properly, and you have to let it dry out naturally or you will get loads of cracking. Now luckily I had this broken wooden crate, and this little strip of wood from the crate was ideal for me to line up all the pans and leave them aside while they dried. Here they all are. So there's 10 colours, and here's my little tin that I absolutely love. Now I've put this tin together myself. I painted the inside of the lid with enamel paint. I bought the little tins as well as the little 3D inserts used to house all the little pans. And here's one of my favourite brands of paper. It's the Hanamulla watercolour book, 200 grams, 90 pounds. It's just such a dinky little book. So I want to try out the colours on this paper. Now, wait till you see the magnets I use. They're so brilliant. When you're working with this size, you only need 1 magnet to hold your little box of paints. Just look at this tiny little box of paints. Clip it on, clack, on it goes, and it won't fall off. So it's time to swatch out the colours, and I have squared off this little page here, and I'm going to divide it up into 10 boxes. Getting a bit faster here. Now I like to draw freehand, and then I like to go around the little boxes in pen, and then when the ink is nice and dry, don't be impatient, you can rub out the lines afterwards, and you end up with something that looks kind of hand drawn, but at the same time isn't wildly all over the place. So I've just drawn some narrow little lines underneath at the bottom of each box so that I have space to write the colour name and the name of the tin, which is Special Edition 10 times 15 mils Supergranulation, of course by Schmincke. So rubbing out the lines, ink is thoroughly dry. Do you recognise any of those colour names? Nope, neither do I. That's because they're all made up. They're not real. Now, to paint a swatch, you want to cover the area in a thin layer of water. Start at one side with a good bit of paint on your brush, but don't go crazy. And then you're going to pull the paint across your little shape, allow it to run clear, then don't touch it. Don't be tempted. Now you're going to see some colours, the names of which are very much inspired by nature with very little bearing on reality. Like, since when was the galaxy pink? I don't think the deep sea is violet. To be honest, I don't know what colour the tundra is. But I don't think it's blue. I know for a fact the glaciers aren't blue. Deep sea green, okay, I'll give them that. The deep sea, I think it's pretty green. Forest brown? That's not brown. Tundra green, on a good day. Galaxy is definitely not brown. It's definitely not brown. Glaciers are black, I suppose, sometimes. But they've had a bit of fun with the naming of the colours, which is kind of nice. So here are all the colours. You can see they're glistening, still a bit wet. And they do change a lot as they dry. Okay, here they are dry. And the fact that I haven't fiddled with them allows the beauty of supergranulating colours to really shine through. Don't mess with them while they're drying. Let them dry by themselves. And now for what I did with them. So here's a little pile of stuff on my desk. And I guess it's as good as any subject just to test out how the colours look. So here we go. Well, here's a picture I did of a very similar scene a little while ago. And you can see by comparing the two sets of colours, this is regular non-supergranulating colours. They're much brighter, much clearer. And here's the one I did today. Now, I love the softness of the supergranulating colours. It's a question of taste. It's up to you. I love them. And I can't wait to take them out urban sketching. It'll be a challenge for me to leave bright colours behind. But you know what? A change is as good as a rest, and I think it's always worth pushing yourself a little bit outside your comfort zone. So I would say if you're really looking for something to spend your money on, I would say go ahead and get them. They're great fun.